Welcome back. It is Tuesday, so that means we get to check in with the Unconventional Dietitian, Daphne Olivier. She joins us virtually. Daphne, thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we are kind of continuing our discussion on hormones, and today we are tackling hormones and stress. Can stress really have a big impact on our hormones?
Oh my gosh, yes. So I'm going to repeat a couple of things that I've said in the past. One is that our hormones are all interconnected. So remember that I talk about the analogy like they're in a band. If one is off tune, it's going to affect all of them. So stress is something that everybody has. We can't get rid of stress, but we can manage it to some extent. So when we're under stress, we have two hormones that work with stress. So one is cortisol, and as you get stressed, your cortisol level goes up. The other one is adrenaline. As you get stressed, your adrenaline levels go up.
Yeah.
And these are intended to be protective for us. So they go up and they should come down. And then when another stressor comes, they go up and they should come down. But where we live, a lot of people live in our culture is that we just live with those cortisol and that adrenaline being elevated all the time. So when that happens, when you have cortisol that's elevated, it will directly affect your insulin levels. And insulin is a fat storage hormone. So when your insulin levels are affected, you're more likely to develop fat storage, usually around the abdomen area, where we talk about having like a tire around the abdominal area. That oftentimes is directly related to insulin and stress. It can also affect your sleep patterns, which again can affect your insulin levels. This isn't to say that we can't have stress. We all have stress, but we really do need to start putting into place practices that can help to lower our stress.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you said this, because a lot of times we do live like here for stress, and the stress is always high. I feel like sometimes when I check in on some friends, like, oh, how you doing? They're like, stressed. They're always stressed. So I think it's important that we emphasize being mindful on how we bring those stress levels down.
Yeah, so we have to be able to come up here, but we have to be able to bring ourselves down too. And being able to fluctuate is really the best scenario for us.
So fluctuation is good, essentially, when it comes to hormones and stress.
Yes, absolutely.
And Daphne, we're almost out of time. If people at home have a question for you, how can they contact you?
You can contact me through my website, The Unconventional Dietitian, or Instagram or Facebook, both at The Unconventional Dietitian.
As always, Daphne, thank you so much for joining us each and every Tuesday.
Of course. Thank you. Have a great week.
Of course, if you at home want to learn more, rewatch our other discussions on hormones, head to KADN.com. Everything you need will be right there. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.